Hey there, it's Fight here with a super quick video, just 3 slides on the speed of implementation, which is aimed at people who don't have an offer yet. So the idea is that if I could come to you right now and say, look, you've got something, can I buy it? If you can say, yes, here is the shopping cart, then you have an offer. Or you have an idea for an offer where you say, well, theoretically I could help you because I'm a, let's say, fitness coach. I can show you how to do the perfect pull-up. Perfect. I don't have a shopping cart yet, but I could show you how to do this. That's when you have an offer. If you don't have an offer, if you think, well, I may have some skills, but I don't know what people might be paying for, that is the video for you here. So the big mistake I keep seeing is that people have this idea of, well, if I just work fast and hard enough, speed of implementation is the term that's being used, then I will ultimately get there. And I can show you now on the next slide why this is ultimately flawed. It's all got to do with how people do things and how they teach it in the marketplace. The slide that you are about to see is from Mr. Fletcher. It's the Fletcher method, and it's basically the outline of his entire program. And this is not meant to be in any way critical of Mr. Fletcher's program. It's proven, or it's shown over and over again in practice that this approach is very, very hard to follow and succeed with. It only really works for people who have done most of the work and they are now ready. It's kind of, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, that kind of thing. If you're starting from zero, you have very little chance of succeeding with such an approach. And the approach is this here. You first build on a foundation. You create the perfect avatar, then you craft your $1 million message, then you create the perfect offer, you create the ultimate lead magnet, then you create the authority amplifier, then you define a conversion event, and then you finally start switching on traffic. All right? And that shows you where the problem is. You have to do all of this stuff here first, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, before you ever get feedback from the market if what you are doing is right. And that's the biggest problem, because if you are making assumptions about your perfect avatar which are just not true, in the sense of you are talking to a person who will not take you up on your offer, or you have an avatar that's just not in your traffic source, you will then not get perfect conversions. You will not get people who say, yeah, this is a really cool lead magnet. So what I'm saying here in a nutshell, in a seemingly critical one, is that the moment you start building out a big thing, you go through a massive course, which is 350 hours of video, and you just take it step by step. I mean, this is step by step, first avatar, then this and this and this. The problem is you are basing it on assumptions, not on knowledge, and that is the biggest mistake you can make. In marketing, almost everything where you don't have hard proof from the market is an assumption, and especially if you don't have a track record in that particular niche, you have very little chance of second guessing, of mind reading, of what people are, not only what they're saying, but what they are actually going to do. And as a result, this kind of approach here is wrong. So anyone who tells you, well, it's all about speed of implementation, I'll show you the step-by-step of how to quickly do this, and then quickly do this. Sorry, they're mistaken. And it's all got to do with how our brain is hardwired. I'm not going to go into depth why that is and how it is, but you probably know from personal experience that if there is something unknown, just a little thing, reclaiming the expense for the kids' braces, I have to go through some stupid folders over there in the back, of my office, and figure out, whatever, the dental insurance number and that kind of thing. These little things, just having to get up and go something, well, I'm not quite sure where exactly it is. These are the things that throw us off track. And if you now look at this giant thing, you have to do this and this and this and this, and each of those, of course, involves many worksheets, etc., all of which contain those unknowns. They're like, oh, what was that insurance number again? You'll never get to the end. It's scientifically proven. It's, we as humans prove it day after day after day. We procrastinate on the simplest of things. So the answer then to this is not speed of implementation. The answer is speed of execution. And speed of execution means you have something that is very, very small. You focus all your energy on the execution, not on the end goal. That's another big problem with these types of courses. The end goal is always what you're aiming towards. I'm working towards this fantastic business that automatically generates lots and lots of customers on autopilot, blah, 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 right? Your only job when crafting funnels, when crafting an offer, etc., is to focus on the next step. What do I need to do right now? What do I need to execute right now to create the perfect avatar? And the answer is, well, it turns out to create, and perfection, by the way, you should not be doing, a good enough avatar is, well, you actually need to do all of this here at the same time. You need to put an offer in front of people. You need to measure if it is something they are likely to be interested in. And that only works by using real traffic in the real world. And based on that, you can then start crafting your $1 million message. Sadly, of course, something like this here looks a lot more appealing to people who don't have the experience. They go, oh, after these worksheets, I'll have the perfect avatar. Well, BS, it's not going to work, right? I'll have the $1 million message. No, you're not going to have it, etc., etc. So, to cut a long story short, please do not fall for someone telling you it's all about speed of implementation. You just follow this step-by-step program. You fill it in one after the other. The problem is it's all assumption. It's make-believe. It's not reality. And the only way to do it properly is to base all your decisions on reality. So it's executing small things quickly and repeatedly until you get the answers from the market. They are the ones who will tell you what resonates with the market, not me. I'll leave you with one example. I don't have it on my desk right now. Yesterday, I went to the kitchen to make myself a cup of tea, and I love Darjeeling. Now, I happened to pick up a box of Darjeeling Twinings in France. They don't have it over here in Germany. When I lived in Britain, I always had Twinings Darjeeling. So, fortunately, in France over there, they have it. And the big thing I noticed yesterday on the box, I wish I had a picture of this now, was in French, it says basically it's an unchanged recipe. Our content has not changed. Now, most offers these days, just think iPhone, phones, anything. It has to be new and improved. It's the only way you can stand out and sell something on a regular basis. Every year, we need a new edition of the iPhone. However, what they found out in their marketplace is that Twinings drinkers want the same recipe. They don't want change. Thank you very much. It tastes great, and I wanted to stay that way. If you follow a step-by-step process, by the way, the first thing you need to do is figure out what is new and then present it as new. Well, you've already lost, because you need to figure out, if your perfect $1 million message says it's new and improved, and you now build all of this here, all of the other stuff, just to find out that at the end, people don't actually want new improved. They want old and stable and reliable, and it's always been like that. Then this conversion event has been wasted. Authority amplifier has been wasted. Ultimate lead magnet has been wasted. Perfect offer has been wasted. All the work you've done has been wasted. Alrighty, that's enough for me. I hope that's enough of a wake-up call that the stuff you think you should be doing, namely build out massive systems, it's the quickest way to getting overwhelmed and not getting anything done. Alrighty, cheers, bye.